In the last video, we modelled the main rail for the sash clamp. In this video, we'll model the sliding jaw, which is this bit here. Let's go back to our new project that we started. You can see the main rail here and the items used to make it here. Let's tidy this up and quickly move these items into a folder of their own. Now let's turn that folder off. To begin the sliding jaw, we'll make a new sketch and choose this sketching plane. That's the same plane we used for the main rail, which means that when we sketch this part, it will be aligned on the same axis, which is handy and you'll see why in a minute. This part is actually quite simple. Start by using the rectangle tool to draw a square on the origin of 30 by 30 millimeters. I'll then offset that square 2 millimeters for the wall thickness. We'll then extrude that region 47 millimeters. Next, let's rotate this around a bit, hover over this face and press the spacebar to make that face the active sketch plane. Now draw a circle at the center point of the face at 6.5 millimeters diameter. Zoom out a bit, rotate around, and exit the sketch. Then extrude the circle to cut a hole through the section. Now I'll hover over this front section and press the spacebar. Draw a rectangle 40 millimeters wide by 50 millimeters tall. Now disconnect the rectangle from the midpoint of the line. Then move the sketch up by 25 millimeters to place the base of the rectangle on top of the section. Rotate and exit the sketch, and then extrude 3 millimeters forwards. I can then rotate the piece around and extrude it again in the opposite direction and specify a total extrusion of 6 millimeters. That way the piece sits 3 millimeters over the front of the section as it does in the original design. Then hover over this face again and press the spacebar. Draw a triangle of height 45 millimeters and length of the base at 40 millimeters. Rotate the sketch. Now, I know that this piece is in the middle of the section, so I can select the sketch and move it 15 millimeters to the center to allow for the thickness of the triangle piece, which is actually called a gusset. I can then extrude the triangle 3 millimeters to one side, and then rotate the model around and extrude it again to the other side for a total extrusion of 6 millimeters. That way the triangle, or gusset, is located in the middle of the section. Then I'll fillet the corners. The fillets are the same as for the smaller section, with an outer radius of 4 millimeters and an inner radius of 2 millimeters. Now I'll tidy up the names of these bodies, and then I can combine all of these items here into one folder and call it Sliding Jaw. I can then turn on the main rail and see how those two components are aligned. And you can see here that by turning the folders on and off, you can simulate how these parts work together. And there it is, the sliding jaw. In the next video, we'll take a look at the fixed jaw. And if you found this video helpful, then hit the like button, leave a comment or question, and consider subscribing for more tutorials like this one. And we'll see you next time.